Here's the detailed first part of the story. The wedding hall buzzed with excitement. Jae-won stood perfectly still, his white wedding suit pressed and neat. Beside him, his bride Hye-jin looked stunning in her traditional Korean wedding dress, her makeup perfect and her smile nervous but bright. Outside, dark clouds gathered unexpectedly. The wind picked up, making the wedding decorations flutter. Something felt different in the air, a strange electricity that made people's skin tingle. Suddenly, a massive silver object appeared in the sky. It wasn't a plane or a helicopter. This was something completely different. The object moved with impossible precision, cutting through the clouds like a knife. Wedding guests started whispering. Cameras stopped clicking. The music died. The object was a spacecraft, smooth, silent, and absolutely alien. It descended right above the wedding hall, casting a perfect circular shadow on the roof. Glass windows began to vibrate. People started to panic. Hye-jin grabbed Jae-won's hand. Her fingers were cold and shaking. "What's happening?" she whispered. Before anyone could respond, the roof simply dissolved. Not crashed, not broke. It dissolved into tiny particles that floated gently down like silver dust. And then she appeared. Arya stood in the opening, her body unlike anything humans had seen before. She wasn't monster-like or scary. She was beautiful, tall, with skin that seemed to change colors slightly with each movement. Her eyes were large, intelligent, and completely focused on Jae-won. "I am here for you," she announced in perfect Korean. The wedding photographer kept taking pictures. An old uncle in the back row dropped his glass of rice wine. The wedding cake sat untouched, now covered in fine silver dust. Arya stepped forward. Each movement was calculated, smooth, almost like dancing. She carried a small device that projected strange holographic images, medical charts, genetic sequences, complex mathematical formulas that seemed to float in the air. "Jae-won Park," she said clearly, "you are not just getting married today. You are about to become something more." Hye-jin looked confused and angry. "Who are you? What do you want?" Arya's gaze never left Jae-won. "Your genetic structure is unique. Out of billions of humans, you are one of 3 who can help save an entire civilization." The room went completely silent. Even the air seemed to stop moving. Jae-won's mind raced. He was a normal computer engineer from Busan. He liked video games, enjoyed cooking with his mother, and had planned a simple honeymoon in Jeju Island. Now an alien was telling him he was somehow special? "I don't understand," he managed to say. Arya walked closer. Her metallic suit reflected the wedding lights, making her look almost like a living mirror. "Your DNA contains specific markers that can help my species survive. We have been searching for generations." She touched a button on her device. Suddenly, everyone could see complex genetic maps floating around her. Scientific diagrams that looked like living art showed intricate connections between human and alien genetic structures. Jae-won's uncle, a retired science professor, pushed forward. "These calculations, they're beyond current human understanding," he muttered. The wedding guests were a mix of fear, confusion, and unexpected curiosity. Some were taking videos. Others were frozen in shock. A child in the front row pointed and laughed, thinking this was some elaborate wedding performance. Hye-jin's world was falling apart. Her perfect wedding day was transforming into something completely unexpected. Tears started forming in her eyes, but she stood strong. "You can't just take my husband," she said, her voice a mixture of anger and fear. Arya looked at her with something close to respect. "This is not about taking. This is about saving 2 civilizations." Jae-won looked around, at his crying bride, his shocked parents, his curious uncle, the alien woman who had just crashed his wedding. His entire life had changed in moments, and his journey was just beginning. "Would you like me to continue with the next part of the story?" The government research center looked sterile and cold. Jae-won sat in a white room surrounded by scientists and strange machines. Arya stood nearby, explaining complex details about her mission. "Your genetic structure is extraordinary, she told him. Her fingers touched a holographic screen showing intricate DNA patterns. We've searched hundreds of star systems for someone like you. Yijin waited outside, her wedding dress now replaced by simple civilian clothes. She watched through a thick glass window, her face a mixture of worry and confusion. The lead scientist, Dr. Kim, examined the alien data. His hands shook slightly as he reviewed the information. "This is impossible," he muttered. But the data was clear. Jaewon's unique genetic markers could potentially solve a massive reproductive crisis for Arya's civilization. They were dying, their population shrinking with each generation, and he was their unexpected solution. "What exactly do you need from me?" Jaewon asked. Arya projected a holographic image of her home planet. It was beautiful. Massive crystal cities, floating landscapes, advanced technology beyond human imagination. "We need more than just genetic material," she explained. "We need a living bridge between our civilizations." Outside the research center, news was spreading. Social media exploded with theories. Some called it a hoax. Others believed it was the biggest scientific discovery in human history. Jaewon's parents arrived, looking worried and confused. His mother brought traditional rice cakes, as if food could solve this impossible situation. His father remained silent, trying to understand what was happening. Dr. Kim explained the scientific details. Arya's species had been studying Earth for centuries. They had tracked genetic variations, looking for a specific combination that could help them survive. Jaewon was that rare genetic match. "If I agree," Jaewon asked, "what happens to my life here?" Arya showed him images of potential futures, scientific exchanges, cultural connections, technological advancements that could transform both civilizations. It wasn't just about saving her people. It was about creating a new understanding between species. Yijin entered the room. Her eyes were red from crying, but her voice was strong. "I want to understand everything," she demanded. The alien and the human bride looked at each other, two women fighting for the same man but in completely different ways. Arya respected Hyejin's determination. "Your husband could save an entire civilization," Arya explained. "But the choice must be his." Jaewon looked at the holographic images. Alien landscapes, advanced technology, the possibility of becoming something more than just a simple computer engineer from Busan. His life had changed forever. His phone buzzed. News channels were already reporting the story. His friends were sending confused messages. The world was watching and waiting. "I need time to think," he said quietly. Arya nodded. "Time is something we have little of," she responded. "But we will respect your human process." Outside, military vehicles surrounded the research center. Government officials discussed potential diplomatic implications. Scientists argued about the scientific possibilities. And in the middle of it all, Jaewon sat, a normal man suddenly chosen for an extraordinary destiny. His life was no longer his own. He was now a bridge between two worlds, a genetic key that could unlock mysteries beyond human understanding. The choice was his, but the consequences would affect everyone. Would you like me to continue with the next part of the story? Jaewon walked through the research facility, his mind spinning with impossible choices. Alien technology surrounded him, screens that changed, colors, devices that seemed to breathe, machines that understood thoughts before they were spoken. Arya followed him, explaining her civilization's history. Her people were dying. Their last hope rested on his unique genetic structure. "We are not monsters," she said softly. "We are survivors." Outside, news networks covered every moment. People argued in cafes, universities, and government buildings. Some called it a global conspiracy. Others saw it as humanity's greatest opportunity. Hyejin refused to give up. She studied alien documents, learned about Arya's civilization, fought to understand what was happening. Her wedding dress was long forgotten. Now she wore practical research clothes, her hair pulled back, determination burning in her eyes. The alien technology revealed incredible things about Jaewon. His DNA contained unique markers that could restart an entire alien reproductive system. He wasn't just a potential donor, he was a genetic miracle. Dr. Kim presented complex charts. Your genetic structure, he told Jaewon, is like finding a perfect puzzle piece in a universe of random shapes. Military officials watched carefully. They saw potential threats and incredible opportunities. Advanced alien technology could solve many of Earth's problems. Energy, medical challenges, space exploration. Jaewon's parents visited, bringing traditional Korean food. His mother made kimchi, hoping familiar tastes might help him think clearly. His father remained quiet, watching his son's impossible journey. Arya showed him images of her world, crystal cities that changed shape, technology that looked like living art, societies that worked in perfect harmony. It was beautiful and terrifying. If I go, Jaewon asked, can I ever return? Arya's response was complicated. Partially, we can create technology for communication. But your body will change. You'll become something between human and alien. His phone never stopped buzzing. Messages from friends, colleagues, random strangers. Everyone wanted to know his decision. Social media exploded with theories and arguments. Hae Jin stood beside him during medical tests. Her hand sometimes touched his, a connection that might soon be broken. Whatever you choose, she whispered, I will support you. The research facility became a strange mix of human and alien technology. Scientists from different countries worked together, trying to understand the incredible opportunity before them. Jaewon learned about Arya's civilization. They were not conquerors, but survivors. Centuries of genetic challenges had brought them to this moment, finding a way to continue their species. You have 3 days to decide, Dr. Kim told him. The weight of 2 civilizations rested on his shoulders. Military officials discussed potential scenarios. Scientists calculated genetic probabilities. Diplomats prepared international responses. And Jaewon sat in the middle, a simple man from Busan suddenly responsible for something much larger. His computer engineering skills seemed small now. He had been preparing spreadsheets and fixing network issues. Now he might become a bridge between species, a living connection between worlds. Arya watched him carefully. She understood human emotions, the fear, the excitement, the impossible choice before him. Your decision will change everything, she said simply. Jaewon looked at his hands. They looked the same, but everything had changed. He was no longer just a person. He was a possibility, a hope, a potential future. The world waited. 2 civilizations held their breath, and one man stood at the most important crossroads of his life. Would you like me to continue with the next part of the story? The medical chamber looked like something from a science fiction movie. Bright lights, strange machines, and devices that seemed to breathe and pulse with energy. Jaewon lay on a special table, his body connected to dozens of alien sensors. Arya watched carefully. The transformation will change everything, she explained. Her voice was calm, almost gentle. Doctors and scientists from both Earth and her civilization worked together. They had never seen anything like this before. A complete genetic transformation between species. Jaewon would become something new, not fully human, not fully alien, but something in between. His body started to change slowly. Skin became slightly iridescent. Muscles became more flexible. His brain connections expanded, creating new pathways of understanding. Pain was minimal, but the experience was intense. Hae Jin watched through a protective glass. She had chosen to be part of this journey, even if it meant potentially losing her husband forever. Her love was stronger than her fear. Your neural pathways are adapting, Dr. Kim explained. You're developing abilities beyond normal human comprehension. Strange memories began flooding Jaewon's mind. Images of alien worlds, complicated scientific formulas, understanding of technologies humans had never imagined. His brain was literally expanding its capabilities. Military officials observed everything. They saw potential. A human who could understand alien technology, who could become a bridge between civilizations. This was more than a scientific experiment. This was a potential diplomatic breakthrough. Arya explained the process carefully. "We are not replacing your humanity," she told him. "We are expanding it. You will remain who you are, just with more potential." Days passed. J1's body continued changing. His hearing became more precise. His vision expanded into spectrums humans couldn't normally see. He could understand complex mathematical equations just by looking at them. Scientists ran constant tests. Every moment was documented. Every change was studied. J1 was becoming a living experiment, a hope for two civilizations. His parents visited, bringing traditional Korean food. His mother's kimchi seemed strange. Now he could taste every single ingredient, understand its molecular structure. His father watched with a mixture of pride and fear. The research facility became a hub of incredible activity. Scientists from different countries worked together. Diplomatic teams prepared potential communication strategies. The world watched and waited. Hee-jin learned alien languages. She studied their technology. She was determined to understand everything, to be part of this incredible journey. Her love had transformed into something deeper, a commitment to understanding. J1's body continued changing. Muscles became more efficient. Brain connections expanded. He could process information faster than any human computer. But he remained, fundamentally himself, just with incredible new potential. "You are becoming a bridge," Arya told him. "Not just between species, but between understanding." The transformation took 2 weeks. When it was complete, J1 looked mostly human. But something was different. His eyes held a deeper intelligence, his movements were more precise. He understood things no human had ever comprehended. Military officials saw a potential weapon. Scientists saw a breakthrough. Diplomatically, this was unprecedented. A human transformed, but not replaced. A living connection between worlds. J1 looked at his hands. They seemed the same, but everything had changed. He was no longer just a computer engineer from Busan. He was something more. "Are you ready?" Arya asked. The world held its breath. Two civilizations waited, and J1 stood at the edge of an incredible new beginning. Would you like me to continue with the final part of the story? The massive alien spacecraft lifted from Earth's surface, creating a silent blue-green energy field that made nearby electronics flicker. J1 watched his home planet become smaller, his transformed body feeling every subtle change in atmospheric pressure. Hye-jin had chosen to stay behind, but her determination burned bright. "You are our connection," she told him during their final moments. "Bring back knowledge. Bring back hope." Arya guided him through the living ship. Its walls seemed to breathe, change colors, respond to emotional states. Technology here was not mechanical. It was alive, intelligent, connected. "Your first mission," she explained, "is to help us understand human adaptive capabilities." Earth's scientists had prepared him. Months of training, genetic modifications, and psychological preparations had transformed J1 from a simple computer engineer into something extraordinary. His brain could now process complex alien languages, understand multi-layered scientific concepts, and adapt faster than any known species. The alien world appeared gradually. Crystal cities floated above massive purple landscapes. Floating transportation systems moved like liquid metal. Everything looked alive, connected, breathing with an intelligent energy. Alien scientists watched J1 carefully. He was their first human representative, their genetic hope. His body contained solutions to reproductive challenges that had threatened their entire civilization. "We are not conquering," Arya repeatedly explained. "We are surviving. We are learning." J1's transformed body felt different. He could sense electromagnetic fields, understand complex molecular structures with a single glance. His senses had expanded beyond human limitations. The first weeks were challenging, learning alien social structures, understanding their complex communication systems, adapting to gravity and atmospheric differences. But Jaewon's human adaptability became his greatest strength. Military leaders on Earth monitored everything through special quantum communication channels. They saw potential, a living bridge between civilizations, a way to understand technologies beyond human comprehension. Alien medical teams studied him. His genetic structure had unique adaptive qualities. Where other potential candidates had failed, Jaewon's human flexibility allowed complete integration. Humans are more remarkable than we initially calculated, senior alien researchers noted. Diplomatic discussions began. Trade possibilities, technological exchanges, potential collaborative research. Jaewon became more than a person. He was a living diplomatic channel. His transformed body could survive in multiple environments. He could communicate through complex neural networks. He understood both human and alien perspectives, a true bridge between worlds. Memories of his previous life remained: his mother's kimchi, his wedding day, his simple life in Busan. These human connections became crucial in understanding both civilizations. Alien cities welcomed him. They saw him as a hope, a potential solution to generations of genetic challenges. His presence meant their civilization could potentially continue, could grow, could survive. Heejin's last words echoed, "Remember who you are. Always." And he did. Despite transformation, despite alien technologies and new abilities, Jaewon remained fundamentally human. Curious, adaptable, hopeful. The universe suddenly felt smaller. Civilizations that seemed impossibly different now had a connection. One, man, transformed but not replaced, stood at the center of an incredible new beginning. Arya smiled. "Welcome home," she told him. But for Jaewon, home was now everywhere and nowhere. He was a traveler, a bridge, a hope. His journey was just beginning. Would you like me to provide any additional details or insights about the story?